Have you ever typed Google AI video into a search bar only to get completely lost in a bunch of confusing product names? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, let's cut through all that noise and figure out what's what in Google's rapidly growing AI video world. Right? You see vids, you hear about Veo, maybe Gemini or Flow gets thrown in there. It's a lot. And let's be honest, the names are kind of similar. But don't you worry, in the next few minutes, we are going to make it all make perfect sense. So here's the plan. We're going to peel this onion back layer by layer. First, we'll look at the actual application, the thing you'll use. Then, we're going to pop the hood and check out the powerful engine that makes it all run. And finally, we'll zoom out and see how this all fits into the bigger picture of AI video. Okay, let's start with that first layer, Google Vids. This is the tool that most people are actually going to interact with. And, the easiest way to think about it, it's basically Google Slides for video. But before we dive deep into Vids, take a look at this map. It really gives us the full picture. You can see Vids is the user-friendly application on top. Veo is that powerful model doing all the heavy lifting underneath. And Gemini, it kind of acts like the AI assistant helping with scripts. This just shows that Google has this layered strategy with a different tool for pretty much every type of creator out there. So what is Google Vids, really? Well, at its core, it's a productivity tool. It lives right there inside your Google Workspace, next to Docs and Sheets. This is for making a quick training video, a project update, a marketing pitch. We're not talking about the next Hollywood blockbuster. And the most important part, no experience required. And all that magic that makes Vids work, well, that's Veo. Veo is the powerhouse, the state-of-the-art AI model that actually generates the video clips from your text. Now, the key thing to get here is that you don't open Veo. You use its power inside an app like Vids. To put it as simply as I can, Vids is the car you drive. It's got the steering wheel, the seats, the nice user interface. Veo is that high-performance engine under the hood that gives it all its power. If you can remember that one analogy, you've already cracked half the code. So how do you actually use this thing to build a video? The most powerful feature by far is this Help Me Create workflow. You start with a simple prompt, and this is the really cool part, you can just attach a Google Doc or a slides presentation you already have. The AI reads it, generates a full storyboard and script for you, and then you just edit and approve it before it creates the entire first draft. It's incredibly efficient. All right, so we've seen the car. Now it's time to pop the hood and take a closer look at that engine, at Veo, because this is where the truly groundbreaking, mind-blowing technology really lives. So what makes Veo so special? Well, a few things. For one, its realism and its understanding of actual physics are just top-notch. But the real game changer is this. Veo 3 can generate video with perfectly synchronized audio. I mean, we're talking sound effects, background noise, the whole shebang, all from one single prompt. And on top of that, you get amazing cinematic control, so you can ask for stuff like an aerial view or a time-lapse. And, just like a real car engine, there isn't just one version. You've got the flagship Veo 3, which is for the absolute highest quality results with that full audio, but then there's also Veo 3 Fast, which is optimized for speed over pure quality, making it absolutely perfect for quick clips in places like YouTube Shorts. Now, to get the most out of an engine like this, you need to be a good driver. And in the world of AI, that means writing a good prompt. The best prompts are super specific. You've got to clearly state the subject, the action it's performing, the context or the setting, the artistic style you're going for, and even the camera movement you want. So, for example, instead of just saying a car driving, a powerful prompt gets way more specific. You see how it describes the kind of car, how it's driving, where it is, and the exact style and lighting. That level of detail is what separates a pretty generic clip from something that looks truly stunning. Okay, so Google's tools are obviously very impressive, but they don't exist in a vacuum, right? Let's zoom out for a second and see how Vids and Veo actually stack up against the other major players in the AI video space. When you look at the competition side by side, the real difference comes down to what they're best for. Google Vids is aimed squarely at workplace productivity and collaboration. Runway, on the other hand, really excels at that photorealistic look and giving creators a ton of fine-tuned control. And Pika is a fantastic creative playground, especially if you're into animation. Each one has its own distinct strength. But Google's real killer feature, the thing that sets it apart right now, is the audio. While pretty much all the competitors are focused just on the visuals, Veo 3's ability to generate a complete audiovisual scene from a single prompt, that's a massive leap forward. That streamlined process is something nobody else can really match today.
As exciting as all this is, we do need to ground ourselves in a little bit of reality. So let's talk about the current limitations of the technology and then take a quick peek at what's just around the corner. First, I want you to remember this number, 8. 8 seconds. That's the typical maximum length for a single clip generated by Veo. So if you want to make a longer video, you have to create and stitch multiple clips together. The second number to keep in mind, 10 minutes. That's the maximum project length for any video you create inside the Vids app. Again, that really shows you it's built for concise communication, not for making feature films.
Of course, Google is also building in some really important safety guardrails. Prompts are automatically filtered to block harmful content. And then the videos themselves include both a visible watermark for transparency and this invisible permanent watermark called Synth ID, which lets anyone verify that the content was in fact AI generated. So what's next? What's on the horizon? Well, a tool called Google Flow. And if Vids is like Google Slides, you can think of Flow as the professional-grade video editor, like a Final Cut Pro or a Premiere Pro. It's being designed for filmmakers to take all those little 8-second Veo clips and orchestrate them into longer, cinematic scenes with consistent characters and style. Which really brings us to a final, pretty fascinating question. The AI can now be the camera operator, it can be the scriptwriter, the voice actor, even the talent on screen. So, in a world where technology can handle so much of the how, what does that mean for the role of the human storyteller? What's our most important job now? That's definitely something to think about.